With streaming as popular as it is right now, you get to see a lot of different characters come out of the woodworks and kind of gain popularity overnight. And the big three I wanted to talk about today were CaseOh, Sketch, and Jynxzi. Now I think there's an obvious streaming blueprint if you want to get popular. Farm clips and post them on TikTok. You kind of have to be a character that isn't yourself, and I think that's displayed in a lot of Twitch streamers today. Now I'm going to cover Jynxzi first here because there's some recent news that just broke about him, and I haven't been able to sleep since it broke. Him and Brecky Hill broke up.
But it just didn't, and I have really nobody to blame but myself. And the last thing I want you guys to do is like go harass her or anything, because she's was genuinely good to me the whole time I was with her.
Now Jynxzi's a human like all of us, and obviously he's going to have his feelings. I think the biggest problem with this is that he went straight to Twitch after it happened. Now Jynxzi's known for having a pretty toxic community, so I don't know why he even thought this would have been a good idea. It almost feels like he is so ingrained in the internet that he felt like he had to share something so personal with his chat. And he even started reading comments, which is the worst thing that you could come up with a fan base like this.
Let me know, please, are you okay? I'm not okay, but I'll eventually be okay. I eventually will be alright, I promise. I eventually will be okay, but I appreciate you for asking.
A lot of people said that he was clip farming, and to an extent, he was. He started stream knowing that this was probably going to go viral, and he opened chat to start reading it.
Shut your lame ass up. Alright, yeah.
I think this is why a lot of people are starting to lose respect for Jynxzi. Even though this is a serious situation, it does highlight some problems within his own self that he probably needs to figure out. Now on TikTok, it's very popular to hate on Jynxzi, Sketch, and CaseOh. A lot of them do have good points. I mean, the clip farming is obvious. When you watch them and actually look for it, you can tell that they're actively trying so hard to stay in character, and that leads me into Sketch. Him and Jynxzi, after they met in real life, I feel like that's where the fall off started to happen. People kind of got sick and tired of both of them. Now the whole video is just them cooking while high and trying to stay in character the whole time.
Was that pot rusty, or trying to find out what the metal taste is there?
Now I have no problem with it because I understand that this is their career, but I can see where people are coming from with this stance that it's getting old and it's so obvious that it is so forced, and I don't even know if there's a way to change it. They're obviously going to stay relevant for quite a while and probably make a lot of money doing it, but I do believe they need to find a new way to please their fans. Now the last one to this big three is CaseOh. You notice how I put a emphasis on big is because it's his whole personality.
To all the losers saying I don't go outside, we're about to go do some fishing. Don't mind that.
Now CaseOh does seem like the most genuine dude out of all three of these guys, and he is a very funny guy, but I feel like with the weight jokes he's trapped into a very small corner, and I don't think he knows how to get out, because if you look at some of his older content, he's a completely different person than he is now.
See, that's what I'm saying. I wish you would just stay down here when I get the rebound. You're making me throw passes like I'm Tom Brady, man. Can you just stay down here for a second so I can give you the ball and then you can run up court? We over here running around like it's deep routes or something.
Now that was just one clip, and he is still a funny dude like he was back then. I think the main difference is he's not setting himself up for a fat joke, and that's the one thing that most people point to when they talk about CaseOh not being funny. One big factor to this is that all three of them are pretty good friends. They even have kind of a group together, which is them three playing video games. And I don't know if this is the same for everyone, but when I watch them, it does feel hard to think of it as genuine. I kind of see it as all of them trying to stay in character, so none of the dialogue feels like it's actually them.
Sketch, what are you doing?
You like what I'm doing here?
Sketch, get the hell to the
Okay,
plane
look, you're
right
gonna do
now.
that. Sketch, do that during the intro. Be emo. Don't push him off!
This mother...
Now I am in no way trying to hate on any of them. I do understand that this is their job and they do have a character to uphold. They have been getting a lot of hate recently, so it only makes you think what could happen. I mean, there's probably 1,000 YouTubers you could think of that you thought would never fall off and did within like a 5-year span. With that being said, I'm going to give a little play-by-play analysis here. Firstly, I think for Jynxzi, I honestly just think he needs to take a break. I mean, Aiden Ross did the same thing, you know, like 20 times, I think. but every single time he came back a little better, you know? Now after he broke up with his girlfriend and going immediately live, I think that's a very telling sign that he might need to take a break. It seems like the internet's engulfed him and he doesn't really know what to do without it. Secondly, his sketch. Honestly, all I think he needs to do is kind of try to get away from a more animated character like he's doing now. Kind of be a little bit more real. That's what a lot of people have a problem with, is that, you know, he's almost faking having a disability, as well as being very tired of the "what's up, brother." Now as for CaseOh, I mean, keep doing what you're doing. Honestly, it's working. Everyone still thinks you're a nice dude. I just think the fat jokes are a little oversaturated, but that's about it. Now, I wouldn't say I'm a big fan of any three of them. I do tune in occasionally, but this is just someone looking from the outside and seeing what other people are saying and thinking of ways that they might be able to fix it. Now, I have 425 subscribers, so they will never listen to me. So this is mostly just for people watching this, but it was still fun to talk about. Now, if you want to hear me make fun of a loser for a video, click the one that's about to show up in about 10 seconds. If you guys did enjoy, click the like, sub, and peace.